All right, we should be live now.
Yeah, I'm refreshing.
See us up on the screen. Q.
What'd you say, bro? Yeah, let me see.
You were watching.
No, it hasn't
YouTube.
popped up yet. No, I'm trying to get the live. It's not showing up over here yet on the YouTube channel. Waiting for it to pop up. Like I'm refreshing. Sorry, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, there it is. All right, I see it.
All right.
You know what's funny is while I was waiting for you to sign in, I almost went to check out one of my favorite places to go sailing the high seas. Then I said, there's something hilarious about having that up over here while we're talking. Just like, yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Yeah. So that brings up an interesting topic as well. Do you see where the social media content creator got arrested for doing reviews on these handheld games that have like pirated?
Happen to be a lot of Nintendo games.
Yeah.
And Nintendo got specifically mentioned by the Italian police, I believe, when they did to do it. So, yeah, I mean, we can make that. Do we have a Nintendo-related article today? I think we do. Yeah, oh, yeah, we have a big one. So we'll do our intro, but, yeah, no, like, Nintendo, I have a stance about Nintendo's just F it, we're burning this crap to the ground. They're looking at Disney and going, we can do better than that. We can burn this down way better.
I did think it was funny. They took a stab at Microsoft because, like, right after, last week, Microsoft had all those big layoffs and everybody was like talking about it. At the same time, Nintendo came out and was like, hey, we have the highest employee retention of any of the gaming companies. So
not for long.
Yeah, not for long. I agree. It's like, I don't know what you're doing. Your name is getting drugged, man. Like, Nintendo's name is finally getting up there with EA and Ubisoft and Blizzard.
We'll talk about it. Let's get started. Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
And
we have Bloodaxe back this week.
Awesome.
Yay.
Woo. Always good to have everybody.
That's part of the back of my mind.
Always good to have everybody in the house. So,
I mean, not literally in the house. We're all remoting.
Well, I mean, but on the show. You know what I mean.
In my house. My house is awesome. Yeah. I love my house.
You make a trip up to see y'all one weekend.
Guest room's ready whenever you want to come, man.
But
don't say that. I'll get in the car today.
Come on down. Hey, I ain't scared, man. We fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? Come visit. Get away.
Let the kids fend for themselves.
Well, they did for a couple of days when my flight got delayed.
Yeah.
Oh, don't mention flights. Oh, American Airlines. Oh, I'm on a warm laugh with American Airlines. They put me through hell across several days, and then I got COVID on their plane. I am like bitter, angry, hateful, unforgiving.
Yeah. American is probably my least favorite airline to fly, but I think all of them suck. I mean, airports in general are just miserable places of wretchedness. But American, I've had more problems with delays or any combination thereof, but they all are just terrible.
All right.
I'm loving our see-through Xenodamus we have.
Terrible.
Hey, hold on. I have to comment. I love our see-through Xenodamus.
Yeah.
When I look at the YouTube, over here, I see just the, hey, when you get the right angle, every now and then the D20 shows, and that's cool. You can see the D20 through your chest. That's awesome. But all right, jump us in, man. Jump us in, because let's see. Nintendo has started their full villain arc. Because there's more, there's been updates on the Power World trial. It's just like,
well, I was leading into something, and then you completely killed all my momentum. So, like you like to do, you just enjoy destroying a smooth show. So,
hey, No,
We've
I like to
never
think I'm
had a
more
smooth-
like Isaac, and I save a bad show.
We've never had a smooth show. That's just it. We just go by the seat of our pants. Just so you guys know, this is not a professional operation. We just do what the fuck ever.
I'm pretty sure they could tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm not drinking right now is my kid is here, and I don't drink when my kid's with me. It's like I'd be sitting up here with a shot. Ooh.
Actually, if you want, I'll crack it open right now. We start doing shots on the show live and see what happens.
Nah, gotta set good examples.
Nintendo. Apparently, I don't know if this one's on Nintendo as much as it is on the US. I mean, it's sort of shame on both.
No, I think it's more the US.
Well, I mean, Nintendo for abusing the power when it obviously has the ability to be a lot more reasonable. And then the U.S. for not having good consumer laws.
Yeah, I know what he's about to say.
This
is wild.
To prevent this crap. Yeah. But anyway, Nintendo can disable your Switch 2 for piracy in the U.S., but not in Europe. So apparently in Europe, because you own your frickin' device, they can only block the pirated game.
Now, I'm going to jump in before Zeno explodes, because then I might have to shut up, because I'm not going to interrupt it. Go, build up. Yeah, build up Steve. There you go. I just got to say, I'm not going to steal it from you, but he has several times before this said that when he's about to go over, he suspected. Both with the whole unbricking from last show, but this, I didn't think he was right. So Q's bowing the head and going, I didn't think it was this far. Go ahead, man, because this is wild. I was mind blown when I found this out.
I mean, okay, so here's the thing. So in Europe, what they do is, it's a pirated game that you have on your console. We disable access to the pirated game. Now, you're telling me, because that's all they can do in Europe, because you own your device, So in the U.S., they kill your system for having a pirated game, which they don't even have verification that you pirated and it wasn't somebody else that pirated and then sold to you. And their thought is, well, we could just stop that game. But no. We'll kill the whole fucking system. I mean, dude, how stupid can you be that that's your two options? We can stop this person from pirating, or we can just stop them from playing games on our system at all. That is the dumbest, most stupid, backwards BS I've heard this week.
It should not be legal. To find out that they have the ability to block pirated games means, why are they breaking your device?
And once again, they can't even verify that you're the one that pirated it, that you're the one with the pirated version, because it's a cloning software that is causing this. And they're bricking the people with the physical copy.
If they have the ability to block the pirated game, then like I said, it should be illegal that they destroy your equipment. It should be illegal. And sadly, it is. Just not in the U.S. And it's shown that their EULA don't hold water in the first place. That EULA is weak if they can't do it over there. It means that the country trumps their bullcrap contract. So if your device has been bricked, it is purely because your country is not protecting your rights like it should, because they're not doing it in Europe.
I don't necessarily.
It's insane.
I don't even know if it's the country's responsibility to defend their consumers with the EULA, but from a business model.
Well, no, we have a consumer protection division. Like, they should be protecting the consumer. And to me, EULAs that allow you not to sue, allow them to take away your shit, allow them to just do whatever they want, that is against the consumer, and our consumer protection group should do something about that. That's just reasonable.
But you're also you're assuming that the Consumer Protection Agency is worried about you, the consumer, and not the lobbyists that are putting money in their pockets.
Well, obviously, that's why I'm blaming the U.S.
I mean, from a business model, and I guess that's maybe where I should have gone with it, but from a business model, what is the point in destroying someone's console in regards to purchases down the road? Because if you brick my console, you think I'm going to buy one of your $80 games? To hell with you. I'm not. No. I haven't even bought a Switch 2 because of all this bullshit. It is the dumbest business model I've ever seen. I mean, it is insane, the fact that they want to brick your console and just piss off all their players, because Nintendo used to be the wholesome console that had the best IPs that everybody wanted to play, that we can play together as a family, and now they're like, screw families. I mean, it is insane. I don't know what has gotten into Nintendo, but it's gotten to the point to where they're now on the list with Disney and these other groups that I just refuse to even pay attention to anymore. And that's really sad, because now there's a new Zelda movie coming out, which I don't know if you've pulled that topic, but now there's a big uproar about they're actually pivoting and actually doing something right for once for one of their IPs. But
I cannot believe who they were originally planning to do for Zelda. I'm glad they straightened out.
Yeah.
I shouldn't use that word. I'm glad they corrected course.
But the people, a certain small population of people who wanted that person, is that that will be a recipe for disaster. Because what we saw with the Mario Brothers movie, you would have seen the exact polar opposite with Zelda. So again, they can make some good decisions, but this just blows my mind, because I can understand if you don't have the technology to be able to limit pirated software. Oh, we're going to just brick it. Okay, you know what? If you're that weak, if your engineers are that are incapable, okay, I can kind of understand it. Still think it's stupid, but whatever. But the fact that you can limit the pirated applications in Europe, but North America, either you're lazy, don't care, or just have a bad business model, is beyond me. So you're right. I mean, it's absolutely asinine that they can limit it when they want to, but then they can hose the consumer. Again, it's just what is happening? When we were talking about before the show, Q's mentioned like this one generation of folks. It is not just one generation anymore. It's like 4 or 5 generations that completely lost their bloody mind.
Well, they're the ones running the companies now. Here's the main point I noticed. Like, I gotta give props to Zeno. I honestly said, well, I mean, they've got to have some method to the madness. No, he was right. They can undo this. This is fake. It's literally fake. The bricking's fake. They can unbrick it. And now we find out that their claims was, well, we're trying to prevent piracy. No, they're not, because they have a method to prevent piracy. I want to emphasize this. They can block pirated games. They can detect and block pirated games. So why then does your device need to be bricked? You just block the pirated game. But they're so insanely arrogant that they genuinely believe that they can brick your device and you'll buy another one. They have to, because otherwise they're just losing customers for no flipping reason, which is insane. Because you want to know what most people do when they pirate a game?
It also seems like the people who are doing the cloning aren't the people who seem to be getting hit either.
No, they're selling it. That's what I was about to say. Me and you think too much alike.
As a matter of fact,
I was going to say, they're cloning it to sell it. They're not cloning it to play it.
MIG, the cloning software they use, MIG, just came out with a second version that says it gets past all of Nintendo's detection.
I got a question. You're a tech guy. Do you even need a Switch 2 to clone these games? The software used to clone it, do you need the peripheral to do it? The actual
Honestly,
Nintendo.
I don't know how the software works. I haven't used it.
Well, here's why I'm asking this. Because if this is a computer program or they're doing something else, these people might not even, the people pirating the games may literally not even play Nintendo games. So they're not getting hit. It is probably just hitting the other people.
Well, to my understanding, MIG basically makes a backup to one of those SD cards that you can put in your. So that way, instead of having to swap out cartridges, the whole point of the software was to stop you from having to constantly swap out cartridges. You could back up all your games onto an SD card, stick the SD card into your console, and then switch between your games digitally, and you didn't have to worry about bringing the cartridges around. Now, obviously, that gets abused because now, oh, well, I've got digital copies of all my games. Now I can just go back and sell all my games as used. And that's what started all this crap. But, oh. But yeah, in the chat says, please also remember how political consumer rights are used in the U.S. Congress. Been fighting over this. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, everything is used as a wedge in our political system.
Well, what is the benefit? Like Bloodaxe was saying, I don't even get the benefit from the bricking. I have.
Well, you mentioned earlier, actually, you said the benefit to try to sell more consoles.
But do they really believe it's going to work? The thing is not cheap anymore. Back when it was cheaper, maybe it's $200-300, maybe. But what is it now? $5? I don't even know how much a Switch 2 costs. But like, I think it's $500 or $600. Some people don't have that. If you're playing Nintendo, you probably already don't have it. That's why people tend to buy Switches, because they were cheap.
Yeah.
So let me see.
Yeah, between $500 and $600.
$500 and $600. They think people have the money to replace this device, or are they gonna go screw you? We're not buying another one.
Actually, $450 is the base price of the Switch. Okay.
So
yeah, almost $500.
If my son had a Switch 2 and his Switch got bricked, and I did the research on, well, what happened? Why are they not refunding this? What? He bought this used game? Okay, well, we'll get rid of the game. Unbrick my system. No, you won't, because I'm in the U.S. Okay, I'd show a video of me burning it, and then I would tell my son, we ain't down with Mario no more. Throw away all your Mario stuff. We about to go get you a gaming PC. Luckily, he already has one because I'm a good dad. I already knew he's got his gaming PC.
You got to come up with a good story, and then record yourself as the father destroying the kids, and then post it up on social media so you can make your money back.
Not a bad idea. But yeah, because to me, I feel like they're going to lose more customers that are going to sell second Switches. I believe for every person that does buy a second Switch, 2 or 3 people just said, F this company. That's what I think happens.
Well,
and they're being sued. They're going to lose money on the lawsuit. They're getting sued, which means they're losing money. They're hopefully are going to just eat it on this Power World lawsuit. Nobody's on their side anymore for that because they're ruining their name.
The Japanese government seems to be on their side since they're able to modify patents mid-court.
Yeah, screw them too then. They're going to get their name dragged through the mud. Like I said, they're going all in on Nintendo burning it to the ground. They are going full Disney. They are like, we are burning this to the ground, baby. And we don't want a single person left that respects or likes our company. Yeah, it'll take parents like Flynn is saying in the chat. But the thing is, Flynn, they messing with their money now. It might happen. That's how you get the parents who don't normally follow stuff involved, is when they go, wait, I just bought you that, man. I just bought you that in like Christmas, what or whatever. I just bought you that for your birthday. What's going on? What do you mean? So your friend put the game in there, Camo popped the game in there, and now it doesn't work anymore? Let me find out. Go to the store. The store looks you in the face and goes, "Yeah, F you." Nintendo says F you.
Yeah, I mean, where it's going to hurt is it's going to end up hurting in the back end. Like Nintendo sold their consoles, they got their numbers, but when the games aren't selling because everybody's console's bricked, that's when it's going to. Because then the game studios are going to be like, why? If you have this many consoles out there, why aren't our games selling? Like, we have no numbers. And it's like, oh, that's because we bricked them all. Nobody can actually play your game.
Yeah. And then we've ruined all the alternative markets to get your game. So you're getting no player base because, people are scared. They're trying to kill the used game market. They will. For Nintendo, is that a good thing? No.
But that's all right. If they want their player base back, you know what they can do? They can add microtransactions because that helps players experience more fun.
They already have the Wii Amiibos. They have microtransactions. They literally have.
Yeah, I know.
Which you don't own. Apparently, you don't own those Amiibos. You better be careful.
I'm familiar with them, though. I was just trying. I just wanted to transition peacefully to another topic.
No, Amiibo.
You killed it again, Q.
Yeah,
Killed it again. There's nothing like a microtransaction.
Ubisoft claims microtransactions help players experience more fun.
Who said that?
And I'll be honest, just who sentence hurts to say.
Who said it?
Ubisoft.
Yeah, don't nobody listen to Ubisoft. See what they do in a Ghost of Your Time? Sorry that later, but no. Ubisoft is the leader. Ubisoft is the people that told you, did you have to destroy your copies of a game? They need to shut up. Because at this point, anything that comes out of Ubisoft's mouth should just be taken as pure blasphemy. Microtransactions increase player fun. No, they increase your pockets. They make you more money. Who enjoys microtransactions? Because anything that's a microtransaction, you can also give us for free. So it isn't the microtransaction that makes it fun. Getting more stuff is fun. Getting more skins and weapons and modes is fun. That's the fun part, you idiots. It's not paying extra on a game I already bought.
It says this is always optional, Ubisoft stresses, but players like to pay to personalize their avatars or progress more quickly.
How do these people say that with a straight face? I mean, seriously, God.
I like to unlock things. I don't want to pay for them. Like, they think that they literally just said that it's the money part that we enjoy of the microtransaction. Ubisoft is a delirious... well, wait a minute. These people also think it can make you destroy... Okay, you know what? I can't even put the act on. I mean, I know they're insane. I just said how they're insane. These people having their EULA, you must destroy your physical copies of the games. They have lost the farm, man. They're out there. They're in the wind. I'm done. I don't know what to say. Now that I think about it, there's nothing to add on. They're insane.
Well, I mean, yeah. They also claim that Star Wars Outlaws failed because of the brand being less popular. The Star Wars brand. The millions of still Star Wars geeks out there who are still waiting for a good Star Wars story like the Knights of the Old Republic again. But no, the reason we failed was not because it sucked as a game. It's because of the brand.
Do you know how stoked I was for this game when I thought it was basically the revival of 1313? And come to find out, no, it was Ugly Trans Han Solo. I was so...
Hey, she is not the ugliest female protagonist. That's Ghost of Yotai.
No. Well, I mean, we all know that there's some ugly female protagonists. I mean, just look at what happened to Concord. Holy crap. But, I mean, protagonist
is a strong word for anything in Concord.
but a really well done, 1313 Smuggler. I mean, you would have to, if you're not going to give us lightsabers and force powers, you got to be spot on. And not only were you not spot on, the game was janky as hell. I mean, we all saw the videos of some of the sneaking around and some of the weird, wacky graphics. This game was plus that's broken, and on top of it, it was like what, $90. It was a stupidly overpriced, crapped out game.
Quadruple A.
No, it was because Star Wars now has bad branding because Disney screwed it.
Disney did screw it, but no, the game was its own thing. Because look at the whole Jedi Survivor series. That's been going on, and
like Disney has hosed Star Wars as a brand in general. But no, I mean, yeah, Fallen Order, play the hell out of it. Survivor wasn't as good, but I played the hell out of it because I got to be a Jedi with lightsabers and force powers.
So what they said is for Star Wars Outlaws, we didn't reach our sales targets. The game suffered from a number of items. First, it suffered from the fact that it was released at a time when the brand that it belonged to was in a bit of choppy waters. And the game had a few items that still needed to be polished, and they were polished and debugged in early weeks, but it did affect sales volumes. We did heavily improve the game by troubleshooting and debugging, and when it will be released on upcoming consoles such as the Switch 2, it will be the new version of the game.
Before or after you get bricked?
Oh man, yeah, no.
That would require somebody thinking that game has enough value to make a copy of it.
Shoot.
Well, and the other thing that annoys me, is the fact that when this game came out, and we all looked at the numbers and said, man, this game is not selling. Look at this crap. This is what's wrong with the game. They said, gangbusters, this thing is badass. It is flying off the shelves. This is top of the year game. And these companies keep lying to us over and over. They don't admit it until they have to when they get to their yearly sales meetings. And other than that, they're like, oh no, everything's good. We're perfect. Now, we've seen games that have come out and gone, we dropped the ball. We're going to work on trying to fix this. And those games have come back. Look at Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk has hit massive numbers after a horrible release, but they admitted, yeah, we screwed up. We're going to get it better. And they did. Then look at Bethesda with Starfield. Still thinks that's an awesome game. Yeah. And that's why it's not going to come back.
I don't know. They say that, but then they keep going, we don't think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to do so good. It's like, so they know. But then, well, look at what they did.
Avowed is an awesome game, right?
Yeah, that's why Outer Worlds 2 is going to be Avowed in space. I've already made that declaration. Don't end our friendship. I know. I'm sorry. Zeno is very hopeful for Outer Worlds 2, but I'm sorry. After seeing Avowed and the JPEG fire, the GIF fire that was flat, that is one thing he never showed y'all, I think, is that he was looking at a torch, and I said, hold on, something's wrong. Go jump on top of that torch sconce. And he jumped on top of the torch sconce and looked down and realized that the fire animation was flat. And you could see it. You could see it was a flat GIF. And I said, they filled their braziers and torch sconces with a flat fire gift animation in a game, a full Xbox X Series game. So I'm going, and you think Outer Worlds is not going to have these shortcuts and cut corners? I'm just being fair, man. When they're cutting corners so bad that I see stuff I haven't seen since I played a Flash game almost, how bad it is.
I mean, but that's also coming out of Microsoft, who just canceled, God knows how many games and companies. So
Oh man, heartbroken. Well, I was right. Kitsune was not happy about that one game. What was it? Dark, whatever. You know the game we talked about it last show. Like
Perfect
he
Dark?
was, I when I brought it up, he was like he loved that game series and was not happy.
Talk about
Oh,
Perfect Dark. Right?
Perfect Dark, yeah,
yeah.
he was hurt. Well, you know, our boy Kitsune is our most like fair player. He loves playing female characters. Like he's played almost all of the famous games. He's always shocked at how many I played. And I told him, I said, hey, look, man, they used to make good female characters in games. Like I played a lot. I played many of those games back in the day. Parasite Eve. Me and Jarek always talk about Parasite Eve. We drive poor Zeno crazy because every time we see anything that even slightly looks like it, we're like, "Oh, this reminds me of Parasite Eve. It's a great game." But you know, he did play. I know he played like all the Perfect Darks, I believe, and he was just like, "Man, it's messed up." And I'm like, "I know that's a pretty well known IP." Like I get them canceling the smaller stuff, but they're now starting to cancel games that people seriously eyeballing. So that's not a good sign when you have one of your big games you advertise get cut down. Something's wrong there.
Yeah, like Outriders too. I actually wanted to play that, but they're a good premise, and so yeah. Now they're starting getting rid of games people actually want to play. I mean, Perfect Dark had a huge following, just like GoldenEye back in the day. But you know, why are you going to shelve games that we are actually excited about? Or better yet, put it on Kickstarter. See if we actually, because a lot of us will back it with our cash that way as well.
I
We'll
mean,
look at
yeah. And I'll be honest, dude. I was shocked at the games that the games that did get canceled, and yet versus the games that lived. I mean, supposedly Fable is still being made.
I keep forgetting about that game until it pops up. I keep going, oh yeah, they are theoretically making a Fable. But you know why I keep forgetting about it? Because I don't know a damn I don't know a damn thing about it. No, think about it. What do you know about it? How much gameplay have you really seen? We don't even know if you can make your character, if you can choose who you play. Like, you know, all the other games, you at least got to design the character on some level. We don't even know if that's in the game, and that's kind of a big deal because that's kind of one of the Fable things is that it was your story. It was about immersion and you making this character and playing the game the way you wanted to. It makes me worry about my freedom of choice because when you remove my character creator,
I think also you've only ever seen
it's not my story.
you've only ever seen like the one female adult. So, in every Fable game, you've started out as a kid and you've aged up.
Or at least you're pretty young. Fable 3, you weren't quite a kid, but you were younger.
Yeah.
But no, the Fable 1 and 2 Kid Start is a classic, and I was hoping we were going back to that. I wanted to tell my own story as usual. Yes, in that world and what that story arc's about. But the more they start doing it, the more I start thinking this is going to be on rails and this is not going to be my story. And I'm going to be honest, Fable doesn't stand up without those elements. Those are what made it special, as well as its unique setting. But really, it was that interactivity and immersion that was a big deal. I don't have a lot of hope for it until they show me something different. Hey, on a little side note before we jump to the next topic, I finally managed to see the Amon skill tree in Borderlands 4. I only had to try to learn Chinese to do it because they did the display in China, so everybody had to go in and translate it back to English.
Yeah, I tried to find an article for that, but all I could ever find was people doing videos breaking it down. Nobody put it to paper.
For a game that's coming out in a couple of months, something needs to happen there, man. It feels weird. It feels weird that I don't feel like we have half the information we should have at this stage. Maybe it's just me, and that throws me off.
Well, we forgot to mention last week, because we had the Purple Friday on our list of topics, but we forgot to bring it up. So
the origin story of Vex that makes her out to be a character I probably won't like because it's messed up. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but let's just say she's not a heroic person at all.
I mean, it's Black Friday. It's the dream that almost every sales floor associate of any retail store on Black Friday has thought about, and She did it. She killed everybody in the store. And that's her backstory. She got her powers on Black Friday and went psycho on everybody.
Like murdered all of the customers, even the nice guy who was just there to buy a game, and then just said, no, they seem to be getting along. And I was just like, yeah, I know Borderlands characters aren't heroes usually, but that's a jacked up backstory, man. Like, it makes me look at her and just go, well, what's stopping her? Like, I'm just going like, at any point in the game, she could kill everybody in the room because that's the person she is. That's a kind of interesting person, to just be like, she's a psycho. And not in a Krieg sort of way. Just I ignored my powers. I murdered all the customers, including the cute guy at the counter who was, like, nice to me. And then I just decided, well, I guess I'll be a vault hunter now. I'm like when they were sitting there listening to that story, I'm shocked that one of the other characters didn't just look at her and just slide over. Just like, all right, mental note, keep my distance from the psychopath. You know what I mean? So it was an odd choice for a backstory to just be that. Most characters have I left this group, I'm trying to get away from this corrupted corporation, or my life changed when this happened. But it isn't usually I murdered every person in my immediate vicinity for no real reason and then decided to be a vault hunter. But that shows the amount of forethought they put into her. So I now believe that Xeno's dark prophecy, that the reason that they're not showing us as much and that they're being kind of quiet and very controlled on what parts of the game to let them in, I'm worried that there might be a little bit of...
Flynn asked in the chat, did she do it on purpose or was it uncontrolled? By the video, from what it looked to me, it was uncontrolled, but then she had like this smile or a smirk at the end where like she was happy.
So it's hard to say.
Most of the mercs were kind of uncontrolled, but the last one was on purpose. I mean, the guy that...
Yeah, I think the first one was an accident, but the last one, she smiles as she realizes that she seems to have some sort of power, and then kills everyone in the room, and then just kind of has a like, oops.
I wasn't sure if the last one was on purpose or if it was just a delayed.
And she nonchalantly just walks off. I'm like...
But yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's Borderlands. I'm not saying it's a big deal, but I am saying that it makes me worried about the lazy writing, that I'm like, okay, this feels like Borderlands 3 and Tiny Tina's Wonderland writing, not Borderlands 1 or 2. And that's...
I'll be honest, like, I actually thought it was sort of fun, but I've also been a sales associate on a Black Friday, so...
You have a story about
cathartic.
Almost dying. But he has a story about almost being trampled.
No, I had flashbacks of Ava when I was watching. I'm like, yeah, this is not going to be fun.
And hey, remember what I said when I first heard her voice when she was running around, and I said, I don't think I can play this character because her voice reminds me of Ava. All I'm saying is that the writing, let's be more realistic. We're trolling a bit, but on a more realistic level, the writing concerns me. Because that backstory writing makes me think we're going to get the bad writing that we got for the main storyline in 3 and for every possible part of Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I don't want any more of that bad writing.
Well,
I don't want to get in there and then it's like, I don't even want to say it.
The past 2 games have been really... piss poor writing between Wonderlands, Tales, and Borderlands 3.
Tales from Borderlands 2, yeah, it was awful on a lot of levels.
I mean, they haven't had a good story since Borderlands 2. I mean, some may say that the pre-sequel, okay, no, not really, but whatever. But then
we replayed the DLC.
Tales 1 was good. I like the writing in Tales of Borderlands 1. That one was actually pretty well done. And you're right. So most of the DLC was pretty good. There was some questionable stuff in it, but most of it was well done. But the core story stuff has been miserable.
I was hoping for more of the DLC type of writing and less of that they did with the main story. But depending on how they handle the other characters' backstories, if we even get them before the game comes out at this pace, I'm hoping they polish that up a little better because to me, Vex is already a character that I'm just looking at and going like, okay, so she's just some sales clerk that went psycho, killed a bunch of people, got her powers not through any real event as much as just had a bad day. She's, I'm Harley Quinn. I had a bad day. Now I kill people. And I'm like, okay, that's all right, but it's not interesting. I'm hoping that with the implied better backstory for characters like Rava and Amon, that they'll execute it better than they did her. Or we may have horrible writing, and all the way they're trying to make it look, we get in there, and all of a sudden it's Puke Pony, Tiny Tina's Wonderland slop again, and we're just walking around going, really? Because, like, Bloodaxe barely could get through Tiny Tina's Wonderland. I think if I wasn't playing with them, he never would have completed it. Because it was painful. And what's worse is I was so busy focused on my build that it wasn't until I played through to make a second or third character that I really saw what Bloodaxe went through. And I actually apologized to him and said, okay, dude, I was able to really put the blinders on that first time. I Xeno'd it and just was writing headcanon. But that second and third time, this is a lot of trash.
I get that.
I was calling it out during the first playthrough, and he said I was overreacting. I'm like, no, dude, I don't think so. I play some of these shitty games to play with my friends, but that game was so poorly done that you really couldn't play with your friends either. So I mean, there was no need to even make more DLC because I wasn't going to play it anyway. And thank God they didn't. Because Q would have bought it, and I would have felt like I got to buy it so we can play together. But thank God they didn't. But
well, on a lighter note, to get away from the down and doom and all that.
You sure? Sure, because we got comments about sounds like she has PTSD in the chat. And I'm like, Vex doesn't have PTSD. Vex is a bitch. And that's what they wrote, and that's what she is. Let's go.
I get it. I get the thought. I mean, like I said, I didn't have as much problem with the scene as the other two did, just because
you're the craziest of us.
Yeah, probably. So 73-year-old takes the crown in Japan's old folks only Tekken 8 tournament, beating out a 93-year-old vet and a sprightly up-and-comer of 63 years. So this is just pretty cool. This company called Care Esports that in Japan they host 2 events a year, giving elderly residents in care homes across 3 prefectures in Japan the opportunity to participate in a game tournament. So I just thought it was cool, man. Like, I would watch this. I would go and watch this if like our old folks' homes around here had Tekken tournaments. I'd be there, man.
Yeah.
I
would donate toward prizes, man. We need to start an old folks tournament. That sounds cool.
Yeah. I thought it was cool.
Well, somebody's enjoying Tekken 8. At least somebody's enjoying Tekken 8 right now. No, you don't know. I don't think you know how bad it is for Tekken. They've been having some trouble, man. They've been having a rough spot. So it's good to know that they found somebody willing to play Tekken 8.
Oh, I love
It beats bingo, at least. It manages to do that.
That's great. Well, they also do Othello tournaments and stuff like that, but yeah, they started doing like Tekken and stuff like that in the last couple of years. Apparently, it's been a hit. 73-year-old
real tournament, man.
73-year-old Yoshi Marabi beat Suzuki Koto playing Panda and King, respectively. So Panda won.
Hey!
Panda kicked the King's ass. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hey, I just gotta love him playing King. King's the man.
What's the age range before we can join? Says Michael in the chat room. Well, at least.
Well, the youngest, young and sprightly, 63. So I think you got to get at least in your 60s.
I mean, it is a retirement home, so I'm just assuming if you make it into the retirement home, they'll assume whatever age you are is good enough.
I've considered retiring to Japan, so I mean, now I've got something to do.
Oh, all right. One more fun topic before we get to the last and final topic, which is annoying and depressing, and I really don't want to talk about. But
I don't even know what it is. I forgot, but
it's your giant topic.
Oh, well, of course it's sad for you and Bloodaxe.
Yeah. But before that. This week's top 5 anime, One Piece episode getting the top. I still don't get that. One Piece is just an anomaly to me.
Look, so many people have invested too much of their life to back out now. If you're up to date on One Piece,
true.
You've spent more time with One Piece than you have your parents.
It's a 9.7 score for episode 1136.
That is all the other animes put together in a number of episodes almost. That is so funny.
Then Topeka's Original Sin was the next one with a 9.3 for episode 3. Lords of Mystery, episode 4, 9.2. Then Dan to Dan, episode 2, 9.0. And To Be Hero X, 9.0, with its 15th episode. And I'll be honest, on this list, the only one I care to watch is Lord of Mystery. We ended up watching this weekend, and I will say, Lord of Mystery, if you're not into anime, but you're into like weird Cthulhuan,
Victorian,
I don't know, just some weird shit, you'll enjoy this. Like this anime is not like any other anime. I have thoroughly enjoyed this one.
If you liked the Netflix Castlevania, you'll probably like it.
Yeah.
In fact, honestly, I think it's better. I know we're only 4 episodes in, but it's just been really good. And I loved the first season. I loved all but Nocturne of the Castlevania Netflix series. But this is good. We watched 4 episodes. They were incredible. First episode was a little confusing, but it really...
First episode was very confusing. Like, don't judge the anime by the first episode.
It was still good, but it is very confusing. But man, when it starts going, I was feeling it. I'm smiling just remembering parts of the episode. I'm trying not to spoil it for people.
Dude,
but I'm literally
and the art style. Like, if you like art, I mean, it's worth watching for the art.
And the suits, man, I mean, they put some effort in. These suckers are clean, man. They come dressed to impress. They're clean. That is not as good as the suits look. That shot he had up, like they come clean. I mean, these suckers dressed to impress. Every scene has a very Victorian, dark, noirish style to it that is just chef's kiss. So, like, I can't give enough praise to it. It is absolutely... Oh, see, I should have known my boy Flynn was already game to it. Yeah, he said the same thing. Look what my boy said. Buddy, we already had this conversation.
Yes.
Jarek was looking at me saying, so what rule set are you using to make the setting, Q? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking about Anima Beyond Fantasy or Besem D20. I said, maybe even WAD, but I don't know. I need to figure out how the powers work a little better. But this needs to be an RPG because the setting is awesome.
It is based on a Chinese novel, so there should be some source out there if you can find a translated version of the Chinese novel. I've not delved deep into seeing if there's a English translation out there, but it is definitely on my list of things to look for. But
I
I'm
don't wanna
enjoying
spoil
the
it.
anime,
You
and I
always-
don't want to spoil the anime right now, so I'm staying away from the books.
Yeah, because this jerk does this all the time to us. We'll sit down and we've been watching an anime together, and we're on episode 2, and he's like, "Yeah, so I went and found the manga and I read all of it. So, I know what happens up to episode 20." And I'm like, "It's only 12 episodes in the season so far, man." So he's sitting there.
I don't tend to watch or read until after the anime's over if I haven't already read it. The problem is we hardly ever get second seasons, and a couple of the ones I went and read because I assumed we wouldn't get second seasons of, we got second seasons of, surprisingly.
There is one advantage because it is interesting when Xeno's telling us what they changed. Because I'm going to be honest, about 75% or more of the time, the changes were not a good idea.
Yeah.
Every now and then, he'll go, "They did that better." But it's way rare compared to how many times he goes, "They explained nothing about what's going on in the scene." Or vast swatches of seemingly very important events get skipped. And I understand an anime can't go over every plot point and not be thousands of episodes like One Piece, but don't miss the good stuff. Don't miss the good stuff.
Well, and it's just like The Water Magician. The Water Magician's a good one this season, but it cut a lot from the books. But I also get why they cut a lot from the books, because the books it was originally a web novel, and so the protagonist is aware of other anime and other novels, and he references them a lot. Oh, this is like, the blah, blah, blah in Pokemon, or this is like the blah, blah, blah in this anime with about a slime. And you can't reference a lot of that stuff because of licensing and stuff like that once you go official releases. And so I get why they cut a lot of that inner monologue that he had. And the anime's been really good without it. But it does lose a little bit because it was fun to see that anti-trope protagonist. I love anti-trope protagonists or in-the-know protagonists. And you lose some of that.
The TV tropes category would call it genre savvy.
Yeah, genre savvy. That's thank you.
I go to TV tropes all the time, man. I love it. Yeah, genre savvy. He doesn't buy into the other trope, which is the conditional oblivious or something. It's another one that's basically where I have to pretend I don't recognize the tropes.
Yeah.
They even have a trope for that where you got to go, "Oh, no, I don't, what? Let's all split up, guys. We'll be able to search for the monster better." You got to be like, "Sure."
All right. Last topic we have is a tabletop RPG
New
that
amazing
Q
tabletop
found
game.
that he wanted to start implementing, and playing. So
No, wait. Who am I gonna play it with? Flynn is out of town. I'd have to send for Flynn. We'd have to get Kyle and everybody else back. Because y'all can't play it because Giant Lands.
Tabletop RPG Giant Lands creates a future with no white people or USA, as Wonderfield proclaims their kind are finally gone from Earth.
Yes, it also says we decolonized our game. At which point, I pointed out that, well, by the rules of woke, you're not allowed to play something you're not. So you two can't play that game. Because if you make a character, they can't be white. But if you make a black or Native American character, you're appropriating, we'll use a nicer term. So you can't even play. You can't play. But yes, somebody actually made an RPG that's all about we erased an entire race out of this world and an entire country. I'm pretty sure the guy who made the game, one of the guy that's interviewed and the stuff we watch, is literally a white American. So it's hilarious because I go, "So you erased yourself?" Okay,
And
I'm okay with that part. Like,
I bet you it sold like gangbusters, didn't it?
Heck no. He's literally said their company has not sold a game in 2 years. And he went into the usual rhetoric of saying, well, it's because of those TNs, you know what I'm saying? The other side of the political parties, swastika enthusiasts, that they're not making money. Which is funny because not too long before I found this, I was looking at several companies, including TTRPGs, going into gamer demographics. And it turns out TTRPGers are still like, I think it was 80% male. Action game enthusiasts are 85% male. And then, racial demographic matches pretty much the real world, which is why we're called a minority, because we're not the majority of the population. So you're probably not making money because who's going to buy your game? I'm not going to buy the game because I'm not a racist. I have white friends. I would not want them to play a game where all the black people are like dead or enslaved. Then they wouldn't do that. They'd be like, nah, we're not going to tell Q. Let's play the South 1 game where, the Confederacy runs the world. No. Similarly, I'm not going to run a game where they just said we finally got rid of all of those white folks. I'm not going to do that. The only people that would be into this would be people who are horrifically racist and who would play a game that is racist. Actually racist. It's like, and I felt the same way about that old TSR or returning TSR version where they had the super racist stuff about us. They had the Aryan superior race and the inferior. And I said the same thing. I said, this is trash. Who would play this? But yet, when it's flipped, it's okay. No, it's not. Racism is bad.
Dude,
nobody wants stereotypes and nobody wants racism. Why can't these people actually make a game where everybody gets the hell along? Wouldn't that be a crazy idea? It's a fantasy. What about a fantasy where there isn't racism, at least amongst humans? But no, they can't live in a world that doesn't have racism.
Dude, this tweet sounds like the most unintellectual thing I've ever read. Trumpsy losers like this is what killed our business. It's like they took our jobs. They live in some
Nazi.
They live in some off-white fantasy of reality. We won't serve them or theirs. They are not welcome at our tables. They bought the books and didn't realize the premise is that they and their kind are finally gone from this.
Did they get inspired by a KKK promotion?
No, that's what I'm saying, dude.
Holy crap, that sounds like, I'm not even kidding. Like, holy crap, I know that. I'm black. I've seen that before. Flynn, man, back me up here. We've heard that talk before. That sounds real familiar.
Yeah.
Really? I'm not kidding. I'm being actually
serious.
No,
when I read it, I like pictured that old stereotypical, chew spitting, redneck shotgun, hood in the background.
My whole life. I know. I've been in the South my whole dang life. I've seen the General Lee drive down the damn road, covered in painted Confederate. Holy crap, dude! I'm having flashbacks. It's creepy. That talk is scary. That is straight up like Klan talk.
Yeah, and that was on the company's. That was from the company's official Twitter.
And they say it's still up. They have not taken it down. Oh, wow! That actually gives me a little bit of chills, dude. I know that talk. I recognize that. I didn't know they. Wow. We don't want your kind around here. Whoa. Okay, well, there you go. I'm sorry, but they didn't just go a little too far, man. These are a bunch of crazy bastards. I'm worried they got a whole lot of pickup trucks behind that dang office.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm speechless on this one, so.
That is real. Oh, my God, that is real. How do you not hear yourself when you do that? Like, it's like they copy pasted. It's like they literally went to the Grand Poobah Wizard Pointy Hat's site and said, "Ooh, this guy's cooking. Let's copy paste and change out a couple of words." Bam.
But it's not bad when it's going against the colonizers.
Hate speech is hate speech, man. And especially when your hate speech doesn't even sound rational. It just sounds like flat hate speech. That is a wild tweet. That is a wild tweet. Hey, well, at least we know the world's not bad. They're doing terrible. What would be the only thing that would make this worse is if they were selling this game like gangbusters. That would be heartbreaking and have me thinking like, all right, maybe I do need to retire to Japan. I don't want to be here with these people. Because today it's you, tomorrow it might be me. Because people like that just hate people and just need an excuse. It doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't. A lot of people that are racist aren't really just racist against one group. It's just that's the target of opportunity. They're really just hate-filled individuals who put their problems and project them onto others and try to find a reason to pretend they're superior. That's the nature of the person. That's why I don't acknowledge this as a good thing. It's because it's the same mentality of an Aryan Brotherhood or a KKK member. It's not different. It's just a different target. That's all it is. If they weren't targeting you and they had grew up in the right part of the South, they would be in those other organizations because that's their mentality. This is just the target of opportunity.
Yeah.
Reality check. Target of opportunity.
All right, I think we're gonna close it off there, man.
They said you're kind. They said you're kind. When's the last time you heard that? I didn't even see that come out of the KKK clan in a while. They've kind of learned to, like, let's smooth out our talk. You know, try not to hit those real big inflammatory. These suckers are like, you and your kind are finally gone.
Dude, look, I read that, all right, and I did not realize, like, until I looked up at the camera, how red-faced I was just from reading that. Like, I looked up and I was like, man, I've turned red on the camera.
The last time I heard that was 1977 when Luke Skywalker walked into Mos Eisley with R2-D2 and C-3PO. We don't serve those down here.
Sadly, I've heard it a little bit more often than that. Which is why I'm sitting here going like, I thought we were done with that, but they brought it back. It's chic again. Woo. At least I guess the worst case scenario is at least it's not us this time, but it's still messed up. It's like, wow.
The screwed up thing is it's us, but it's us against us, which is really weird.
No, I'm saying it's not me. Like, at least they're not. He's not referencing black people. Though I don't know. I'm probably not the right kind of black person. I'm not one of the good ones because I don't carry the message. Because I'm like, my message is, yeah, racism is bad. End of sentence. So don't be racist. End of sentence.
Yeah.
I'm apparently a terrible person. How dare I believe that you should not be that, period. I'm not saying that.
You gotta wag your finger and point to a specific race and then
I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend that racism doesn't run in the direction of where dude, I've experienced it most of my life. I know that what direction it flows the most. Yeah, us. And I just literally did an impression. I know, but I'm saying that needs to stop. But all of it needs to stop. Not just that, all of it. That's like saying murder is bad if you murder only these people. It's like, no, murder is bad. That's it. Don't murder. Don't murder anybody. There is not a right person to murder. There's not a right person to racism. You know, that's all I'm saying. Don't be racist. Take it from somebody who knows how much it sucks. I've never lived up north. Been Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Think I don't know? Don't you look at me and act like you know racism up in California. You don't know shit. You don't even know. I'm in the home. I'm in the capital. Had a man look at me. hey man, I don't mind working with you, but I don't really like black people. Just went back to work, and I'm just looking at him like, and then everybody just sitting there like, I'm like, oh, I guess so-and-so just don't like black people. At least he was honest. That happened to me. I worked with that guy for 2 years after that. So I don't want to hear y'all act like y'all know.
Oh, no,
y'all
trust
don't know
me.
nothing.
Remember, I had
I
girl sit in my lap at the
people.
bar. Girl sit in my lap at the bar to look at me and just be like, I don't like black people. I'm just like, you realize my best friend.
It just goes,
And
I
she's
don't
just
care.
like, yeah, well, that's cool. I just don't like them. And I'm just like, all right.
Mississippi.
Look,
Mississippi.
Can you?
And my boy Flynn, he from Mississippi. We know. We got
Like,
first hand.
Can you please get out of my
story.
lap? Because I don't want to be associated.
Well, dude, I think the rest of the story is you were talking to a biker,
Yeah.
and the biker even said, "I like black people."
Yeah.
like even he's just like, "Damn!" And it's like,
as he said, yeah, I like black people. I saw this cute black girl at the McDonald's before I came over here.
so it's just like, but I mean, the thing is that if you're gonna fight something, fight it in its entirety. Don't become the thing that you hate. Because then it's still there. It's just taken a different form. And you didn't resolve anything. Little advice from a black man who's been in the South his whole life.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out Dicejunkies.com where you can find links everywhere we're online. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel. And as every week,